Hello, my name is Benjamin Hart. I'm an American attorney and the Managing Director of Integrity Legal here in Bangkok, Thailand. As the title of this video suggests, we're discussing fiancé and marriage visas, specifically the K-1, the K-3, the CR-1, and the IR-1 visas, and receipt notices associated with processing those visas. What are we talking about when we talk about receipt notices? Well, sometimes referred to on various forums involving immigration. You'll hear other people talking about NOA-1, Notice of Action 1, which is basically a receipt notice from USCIS that you filed a given case, be it a fiancé visa or a marriage visa. And then from there, there's various other receipt notices or notices of action. For example, again, NOA, that's what it stands for, Notice of Action. For example, what's often referred to as Notice of Action 2, although it might not be Notice of Action 2 in a given case, often is the approval notice. There could also be a notice of a request for evidence, an RFE, or a notice of intention to deny, NOID. These are also notices, but then you also have to deal with receipt notices and receipts from other institutions when processing out the visa. For example, the National Visa Center with regard to processing the case through there, as well as the embassy in the given jurisdiction you may be processing at. There may be different protocols associated with interview fee payments depending on the embassy or consulate that you are using. The point of this video is to understand receipt notices, especially the first one, are of critical importance to the overall immigration process because once that's received, you've got your tracking number, you know the case is on file. As I discuss in another video made contemporaneously with this one, I really very much prefer doing paper filings and having paper receipts because, again, you've got something that you can hold in your hand and is based on the old legal system, if you will. It's from the paradigm of the law as it was written. Now, at this point, in my opinion, the Immigration Nationality Act is beginning to show its age. I mean, it was promulgated in the Eisenhower administration, but at the same time, we have to deal with the system as it is, and in my opinion, having paper receipt notices and doing paper filings, again, as discussed in other videos, is a wise way of doing things. Long story short, with regard to this video, and the thing to take away therefrom is the fact that, yeah, there is an initial receipt notice that sort of gets the ball rolling, but there are multiple receipt notices throughout the overall process of getting any one of these visas, and you have to keep track of those. Again, here at our firm, that's what I primarily do and have been doing for nearly 18 years from out here in Southeast Asia, is assisting in these type of basically, the process of keeping track of these receipts, keeping the process going based on the receipt of these receipts and things. It's just basically what we do. So those who may feel a bit overwhelmed about the overall process, especially if you're looking at it for the first time and you haven't gotten anything on file, especially if you haven't made any decisions regarding marriage or not getting married and the immigration implications associated therewith, before making any decisions, it's very much a good idea to contact a legal professional, gain some insight and guidance into how best to proceed.